This is the TTQ Chime Note AI voice recorder. As it says, it's a ChatGPT empowered voice recorder. Let's take it out of the box. In the box you get the user manual. Here is the USB charging cable, USB to USB-C, and here is the voice recorder itself. Let me tell you a little bit more about it, and then I'll show you a little more about it, and then of course we'll test it out. This has 64 gigabytes of onboard storage, records up to 480 hours of voice. It has a 3000 milliamp hour battery. It's ChatGPT powered, and it can transcribe and translate what you said. So that means that it can do speech to text, and it can also translate that into a number of different languages. Picking it up here, you'll notice I can't, and that's because it's magnetic, because wireless charging. It's wireless charging for your phone. It's meant really as an emergency backup kind of thing to charge the battery on the phone. Let's give that a shot. First of all, we'll turn on the unit. It has an OLED display. There we go. And now this button will enable the wireless charging. That button, you press it and it's going to record. Press again to stop. Real simple. Press the button, it shows up on the display. Slap it on the back of the phone, and there you go. It charges from that. The case I have on here, it depends on the phone also. Some phones are magnetic like that, and it'll stick to it. This one is not, so it doesn't really hold to it. But it certainly will wireless charge it, which is kind of a nice feature. Okay, let's just start with the simple, stupid stuff here. Let's just do a sound sample and see what it sounds like. So, like I said, you press the record button there. It had a little play symbol in the corner. That's going to change to a pause symbol while it records, and then you press again to stop, and it goes back to play. So you got to press a button to wake it up. Press, now it says pause, and it's recording. Press again, and it's back to play. So now let's do a sample. And put it down over here. This is a test recording of the TTQ Chime Note AI voice recorder. This is a test recording of the TTQ Chime Note AI voice recorder. And once again, you got to press the button twice if the screen is blanked out, because that way it wakes it up. You can see what it's doing, and then you can hit it to pause. Now, one other thing I want to just mention here, it's not really meant for this, so it's not a complete and total deal breaker, but still, I don't really understand why. You can hook this up to the computer. You just have the switch in the on position, hook the cable up, and you can transfer the data off of it to your computer, but it runs at USB 1.1 speed. Just saying. It'll work, just slow. But again, it's not really meant for that. It's meant to hook to the phone and all of that. So let's get into that now. Okay, here we are in the Chime app. Before we get started with that, let's just do another sound sample here. There's just maybe 2 sentences from the manual that I'm going to read. So we're going to go ahead and record right now. Press the wireless charging button on the device to enable the wireless charging function. A wireless charging icon will appear on the screen indicating that it is enabled. And we'll stop that. So now that we're in the app, we can go ahead and connect to this. It connects via Bluetooth. So we'll hit the not connected thing. There it is right there. And we have to bind it. And there we go. There's all the recordings I made from before. So there's no real documentation per se. There is a video you could watch, but I'm just doing this out of the box as you probably would. So let's just go ahead. Here's the one that I just recorded, that little couple of sentences. We'll hit trans over now, and you can see right there all the different things. We're just going to choose English right there, and it's transcribing. Press the wireless charging button on the device to enable the wireless charging function. A wireless charging icon will appear on the screen indicating that it is enabled. 100% correct. Excellent. Let's try another one here that I just recorded. So we're going to trans over to English and let that go. And then we're going to try the Summarize tab. So here's another little sample that I recorded. Let's go over to the Summarize and hit Summary, and we'll choose Automatic, and see what it comes up with. About the same. Yeah, so it kind of summarized it a bit. Of course, if we had a much longer paragraph, that would be different. And we could try the mind mapping function. And here's back on the first one that I did about the wireless charging under the mind mapping. And you can see the central node. It says wireless charging activation process. And then main branches, preparation, ensure the device is compatible with wireless charging, gather necessary equipment, wireless charger, power source. And, you know, it breaks it down in a typical ChatGPT kind of thing, as you see there. So it makes it quite wordy, as you could expect. So certainly an interesting voice recorder, definitely unlike anything that I have ever seen before. I like the fact that it has the wireless charging, because you always run out of, you know how you are with your phone. You run out of power, and it's always, of course, at the worst possible time when you're going to get more coins for that game or whatever it is. So I like the fact that you can have some emergency power. That's really kind of a nice extra perk. For recording voice, hey, it's nice and clear, nothing to complain about right there. And the transcription was kind of fun as well. As far as the other stuff, like translating and that, it's all right in there. You just select what other language that you want, and through ChatGPT and all that, it just goes and does the thing. The mind mapping is a little bit weird, because it kind of gives you a lot of information, laying out every single step along the way that you wouldn't have thought of to say, because it kind of goes without saying, but that's not how ChatGPT works. So it's kind of an interesting idea, and also works great as a voice recorder. It's mainly for use with the phone, but like I said, even though it is USB 1.1, you can hook it up to the computer just to get the data off of there, or it's in the app and you can send it from your phone and all that great stuff there. But, you know, just plain old voice recorder, it works great, and the ChatGPT stuff is kind of fun to play around with as well. So once again, this is the TTQ Chime Note AI voice recorder. If you'd like to purchase this item, I'll leave a link in the video description where you can find the item available for sale on Amazon. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.